A filmmaker at FrightFest. What's it like? What happens? Back in April 2021, we were in the final stages of finishing up our near final cut of our debut feature film, Are We Monsters? The film is about original werewolf folklore, told through animations and through a story of a young female werewolf finding her identity. We started considering what would be the best next steps for our film. Many podcasts and chats I'd had with other filmmakers suggest that you should develop a festival plan for your film, so you can structure the order of submissions from your most desired festival, then trickle down. How do you decide where your main target festival is? Think about which festival is best suited for your kind of audience. Our film is a werewolf fantasy film that explores big, in-depth questions about growing up. So either a festival that brings werewolf fans together, or one that is down with the kids and brings films to a younger audience. To be honest, I can't think of many film festivals that are widely known by young people. For that reason, we decided that our two target festivals were going to be either FrightFest or South by Southwest. Unfortunately, we'd missed the South by Southwest deadline by 3 months, so that was out of the question for this year. As well as submitting for FrightFest, we also submitted to a couple of extra festivals that are fairly well renowned in the UK. If you can get a fairly household named festival, it makes piquing audience intrigue much easier when it comes to the buying and selling process later down the line. Then, early June, I get a call. Hi, it's great, but it's a little long. 17 minutes too long. The thing is, in any festival, they're looking to bring a large variety of films into a couple of days. For that reason, they want to see films that are short enough to fit together, and that way, they can get plenty of them into the cinema. Lucky for us, we weren't 100% on our current edit, so I happily took 17 minutes out. I love cutting films down. With a new version made and sent to FrightFest, they loved it. Boom, it's in. Amazing! But you can't go spreading the news right away. Despite submissions being closed, festivals like to announce the lineup at once to make a larger PR splash. So you have to patiently hold your breath and not let word get out. As soon as you're allowed to say, you set your social media ablaze with all that excitement you've been penting up all this time. Getting into a film festival, especially one with a reputation like FrightFest, is an incredible achievement. We were immensely proud, as we should be. Side note, it's always tricky as a filmmaker, or any artist, as you're always looking for some form of validation that your artwork is good or in an acceptable direction. This was a form of that gratification, and it meant and still does mean so much. It's awesome. Now it's time to social media the out of this. The world gotta know what's up, and it's your film at an exciting film festival experience. Oh, and don't forget the cast and crew. Make sure they know what and where to be on the day. The next hurdle is the press. You have to be careful here, as you only want to work with appropriate press that are certified by the festival. You don't want a negative Nancy coming along, asking for a screener, pirating your film and putting it online before anyone's seen it, or just being a poo-poo reviewer for the sake of compromises made on a debut. You need press that can appreciate that it is a debut and enjoy it appropriately. Keep that excitement alive. If you can pay for a service like Zalando to send out screeners with watermarks, it is recommended. Otherwise, you may have to export many versions with watermarks that can be sent out via something like WeTransfer. Cool. Press are being sent their screeners, online interviews had, but what about the fans of the festival? What are you going to do to make them remember you? And beyond that, get their bums in the seats of your screening. Better get some giveaways and things to put in goodie bags ready. Luckily for me, I have a load of skills in graphic design and 3D modeling and printing. So, I need to make how many? 650? Okay. We have board games, figurines, monster phone handstands, posters and stickers, but not 650 of anything. That's a lot of merch, and I only have 18 days to do it. Time to get my big brain on. I did a little thinking and came up with a collection of goodies related to the film. 3D sculpted Are We Monster werewolf keyrings, new prints for business cards, many stickers, and a way of attaching everything together. Let's go! My 3D printer was a beast. 650 copies of the keyrings, no problem. Business cards, stickers, ordered. Now just to attach them all together. Boom! Yep, that took literally weeks. Pack them up, send them off. Nice. Still need prizes for after the screening, where people can get Are You Monsters goodie bags and board games. Get some fancy red bags together, boom. Now just a way to get them to London for the big show. Oh my gosh, I forgot! I better get myself ready for the big show. Oh, also, did I mention I was shooting my second feature film either side of this? Yeah, I don't sleep Don't worry, I'm used to it. I load up a granny trolley with all the swag, get my suit together, get all the filming gear prepared for the next day of shooting. Now it's time for the show. The real deal. The time where you dress up all fancy, head to London Leicester Square and show the world what you've got in your creative little brain of yours. But first, better deliver all the giveaways the day before, so I'm not lugging them about in my suit. So I rock up to this fancy cinema in Leicester Square with my granny trolley, laden with bags, looking all exhausted, and deposit all the goodie giveaways. To be honest, I am surprised they didn't turn me away, expecting me to ask for change. Anyway, job done, right? Wrong. Now to try and get some sleep at a friend's house before the big day. Ugh, too excited. This day is a big and busy one. It's very hard to sleep. Right, suited up. Morning TV interview in a fancy hotel. Let's do this. Little nervous, but as soon as we got going, it went well. I found that I was finding my flow. Years of learning how to be a teacher has done me well for speaking publicly. Work hard in school, kids. To be honest, the FrightFest team was super welcoming, made the whole experience relaxed, which helped all my nerves go away. It was super chill and continued to be for the rest of the day. Don't forget the social media. Got to keep the buzz alive between the interviews. Managed to spend time with our amazing composer for Are We Monsters, Barry. You should check out his work. Everyone's links will be in the description. And whilst you're down there, consider subscribing. Now it's time for the Filmmakers lunch, where I also met up with my co-writer John, fashionably early as always. First one's there at the top of a fancy hotel with an incredible view of the city. Managed to have some delicious food and chat with some super talented filmmakers. Couldn't stay for too long. Had a photo shoot to go to. Quick. Met up with the rest of the cast and headed to the fancy photo wall. It's almost time. The world premiere of our debut feature film. The turnout was amazing. We sold out both screenings at the cinema, but my job wasn't done. I had to do introductions in both and Q&As after as well. Plus, don't forget the giveaways, swag bags and board games galore. Little introduction done, the vibe is good. Now to watch my film for the 1000th time. But for the cast, crew, press and festival members, this was their first time. Now, it's my turn to read the room and not watch the film. Silence. The crowd were silent. No fidgeting, chuckles at the jokes. Here comes the big climax. Wow, I can't even hear the audience breathe. Bam. Credits. Then came the roar of applause. I think they liked it. Great. Q&A time. What a wonderful and well-articulated set of questions. Very in-depth, very invested. There are some big werewolf fans in the audience too. I was worried about what they think about our sidestep to the usual werewolf design. When they got their heads around the lore, they loved it. Bloomin' win. Spent the remainder of the night celebrating with the cast and crew. They loved it too. Epic. Right, it's late, but we are filming tomorrow and it's an early start. One of the lovely cast members who joined us at FrightFest was able to drive us down to the south coast, ready for filming, where we met up with the rest of the crew late into the night, ready for the next day. On the car journey home, the reviews were coming in. Couldn't be more proud and pleased with the responses. Every review recommended the film to watch. To this day, there still hasn't been one that hasn't, and that to me is an absolute success. The main takeaway from the reviews was that we had done something very different, something very fresh, and for werewolf fans it is a must watch for that reason. Mix up your usual werewolf flick, explore the fantasy folklore of werewolves. Overall, my experience at FrightFest was awesome. Massive thank you to the incredible organisers. I would recommend the festival with the highest regard, whether it's to submit films or watch them. The communication and effort that the organisers went to was extraordinary. I felt so comfortable the whole day, and that is a massive testament to the community and those involved in bringing it together. Thanks FrightFest. That was awesome. If you want to see what we're working on next, follow me at Sebcox Films on YouTube, Twitter or Instagram. As you may have caught on, we have many projects on the way, and I couldn't be more excited. We're currently negotiating the distribution stage of Are We Monsters, and we'll update you when it's available to the public. See you next time. Bye for now.